Range fans and Reloaders Network, whoo! Is it cold out here today? 15 degrees, feels like 5. But I just couldn't wait any longer. I couldn't wait. There has been a fight that has been going on all week. That's right, a knockdown drag out between 45Super and 10mm. I know. There's been many of these that have been done before, comparing the two. So what do I bring to the table differently? I'll tell you what, first and foremost, it is Underwood ammo, Underwood 45Super and also Underwood 10mm. 45Super with the 230 grain pill and also 10mm with the 200 grain pill. We're gonna put 5 across the chronograph and then 1 of each into some clear ballistics gelatin. Well, wait, you still haven't told us what you did differently. Folks, we are leveling the playing field. You want to check this out. You see them down below. That's right. 2 6-inch 1911s capable of 45Super and 10mm. On the right there, you've got the Springfield V16 made in 2000. Very few of them out there, not many of them seen in the wilderness. Almost like Sasquatch, you can call it. That's right, like Sasquatch. Folks, that V16 was made to handle 45Super from the factory. 45Super is not your average round. 45Super can reach 28,000 PSI. 45 ACP, 21,000 PSI. That doesn't sound like that much of a difference. But I can tell you, 45Super will beat a traditional 1911 frame or 45 ACP pistol to death. Now, what you can do if you're interested in 45Super is go over to dayattherange.com where I've written about 45Super. I'll put a link here in the video that tells you a little bit more about 45Super. But let's go into it right here and get 45Super out of the way. 45Super, externally, for the 45 ACP case, all the same dimensions. Now, internally, the web of the case for 45Super has been thickened up to handle the additional pressure of 45Super. Also, the head stamp is stamped 45Super. So for you reloaders out there in Reloaders Network, please do not go about reloading your 45Super with traditional 45 ACP cases. Starline still makes those cases today. That's right. 45Super is the brainchild of 3 gentlemen, Dean Grinnell, Tom Ferguson, and Mr. Ace Hidman. Those geniuses delivered 45Super to try and bring 45 ACP with smokeless powder into the modern era. And I say they did, but here's the deal, folks. I've always wondered with 45Super, can the freedom pills of 45 ACP stand up to the pressures of 45Super, which is why we have the old ballistics gelatin out. And then on the left-hand side, let's not leave that beast out. One beautiful specimen of a 1911 Para Elite Hunter. Boy, you probably will never see that brand again either. At one point in time, a premier maker of some great, gorgeous, very functional 1911s. Once acquired by Remington, and there you have it. I don't think there's any more left to be said. We all know what has happened to Remington. Makes me sad here as of late. But anyways, we're going to take both of these 6-inch 1911s and put them across the chronograph and put each one of these into the gel. And you know you're going to want to hang in there to the end because I got a little something of my own that I want to roll into this video. I tell you what, folks, let's get this thing set up. Enough jibber jabber about 45Super and 10mm, and let's get to the feeds and speeds and clear ballistics gelatin. Woo! Time to do it. All right, folks, we're getting down to brass tacks. We're going to collect this data. Check out this Springfield made in 2000. V16 45 Super. I tell you what, on this, to make sure also that I don't batter this frame to death, I also have a Wilson shock buffer. I know it's a solution looking for a problem, but with 45 Super and 10 millimeter, I do use them. I have a 20-pound spring in this thing. I also put a EGW flat firing pin stop on this thing. Really easy to install if you have any capabilities with a file, because it is oversized, pretty tight, but take a little file to it, and on that flat stop, just break that edge off a tad bit to make for smooth interaction between the hammer and also the firing pin stop. 45 Super, Underwood. I'm 10 yards down range, and I'm hoping I can get this on camera. I don't have much light, so we'll see how the chronograph behaves today. Here we go, folks. Dead center. All right.
1,101.
All right, we got that recorded at 1,100 feet per second, which is what's advertised on the box. Let's get these 4 rounds downrange.
$1,092. 1,128. 1,108. 1,120.
Oh, yeah, baby. She's recording. I tell you what, coming up next is going to be that Para USA 10 millimeter with Underwood ammo across the chronograph. Hang in there. Folks, check this beautiful thing out. That's right. Para 1911 6-inch. Ooh, yeah, baby. Hi-yah! Devil dog. All right. I've got 5 rounds of the Underwood 10 millimeter ammo that is projected to be 1,250 feet per second. It's a 200 grain Nosler. Both of these loads are loaded with Nosler bullets. I think that's critical for the gel test. So let's put these 5 across the chronograph. Right, here we go. Ooh, that green front sight sticks out. Oh, yeah.
1,363. 1,348. 1,346. 1,337.
And lock back to the rear, all safe. So folks, it looks like with the 6-inch, we picked up some velocity there, but I think Underwood is tested out of 6-inch barrels. Hey folks, hang in there. I gotta collect this brass. I cannot let it get away from me. Then we're gonna come back with a little something different. Yep, gel test coming up, folks. Just hold on. Ooh, man, is it chilly out here, but I tell you what, I can't let that stop me. Hey folks, I got some of my own hand loads in 45 Super. That's right, they're in 45 Super Starline cases as well. And we're gonna put them through the Springfield V16 long slide for 45 Super. You see that, folks? Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. Now, you know, here on YouTube, I cannot give you the load information. And also I would recommend that you don't use any of the mad scientists, that's me, any of my loads in any of your pistols. Please validate all your loads in the appropriate reloading handbooks and use those formulas. I'm gonna see what these things will do. It is loaded with Power Pistol, 185 grain XTP. And yeah, you know what? We're gonna put these in the across the chronograph and also in the gel. So I know you're gonna wanna hang around until the end for that one. Let's get this thing going. All right, here we go.
$1,256.
1256, not bad.
$1,302.
Oh, I'm tickled to death.
$1,287.
Everything's feeding right.
1,298.
And everything is accurate. Did you check that out, folks? 185 grain XTP with CFE pistol, 1,320 feet per second on that last shot. Let's grab the old para. That's right. The old mad scientist and some of his loads in 10 millimeter, 135 grain coming up next. All right, folks, Para USA that eventually turned into Remington. This is the platform that the Remington 6-inch 10 millimeter R1 is built off of. This is the grandfather. That's right. And I also want to correct one thing. So again, the 45Super load of my hand loads, that was loaded with power pistol. Power pistol. I believe I said CFE pistol. It is loaded with power pistol. Get this information over at dayattherange.com if you're interested. And also these 10 millimeter loads, which is 135 grain barn burners, loaded with CFE pistol. So here we go, folks, across the chronograph. 135 grain. That 185 grain 45Super was a lot softer shooter than the Underwood, but of course with greater velocity. We're gonna see what these 135 grainers feel like. Here we go, off safe. Oh, see that? A little bit of a jam there, didn't come back. 1522. $1,564.
$1,542. $1,579. 1,500.
All right, I think on the second shot, I had a little bit of a, didn't feed all the way, but 1,500 feet per second out of that 135 grain nozzler, folks. Woo! Now we're gonna move on to the ballistics gel and see how each of these perform. Hang in there. All right, folks, we're starting out with the 45Super and the clear ballistics gelatin on this cold, brisk day. I've got the Underwood, Underwood 230 grain, 1,100 feet per second. You saw the chronograph results. Again, they'll be all posted at dayattherange.com. And also over at dayattherange.com, we're gonna peel these Freedom Pills out of the clear ballistics gelatin, show you how much weight retention they had and how much they expanded. Let's put this thing through this clear ballistic gelatin. 45Super. Here we go. 16-inch block and a 20-inch block behind it. Ooh, that thing jumped down range. Let's go down range, take a look at it, break out the old tail of the tape. All right, folks, 45Super from Underwood. You can see where it entered there. 16-inch block, gel. Looks like it traveled about 12 inches. Maybe 11 to 12 inches. Dumped all its energy right there. Looks to open up pretty good. Lost a few petals along the way. We're going to dig them out over at dayattherange.com and show that all to you. So come visit us over there. Wow. I expected a little bit more penetration. Let's see what those 185 grain revolver guide loads will do. 45Super. All right, folks. Now this is the Mad Scientist hand load 45Super 185 grainer. Whew, a little bit softer shooting, but at 185 grainer, Somebody, come on, down below in the comments, tell me what you think. 185 grain revolver got hand loads. You saw the chronograph results. Will it penetrate a tad bit deeper than the 45 Super Underwood? Let's see. There she blows. Woo, let's go down range. All right, folks, you saw the Mad Scientist load compared to that of the Underwood. Hey, folks, my buddy Charlie, that dude is a data gathering fool. Tell me what you think, Charlie. Look at this, folks. Yeah, I'm teasing, going a little bit slow. That's where that Underwood load came to rest, right? Take a look at this. Through 16 inches and came to rest. Right there, folks. That's it. Don't have to dig this one out. Let's see. Look at that. 185 grain Hornady XTP right there through 16 inches of clear ballistics gelatin. I think that 230 grain, it's carrying so much mass and so much energy, it just dumps it all right there in the gel, therefore coming up a little short. Now we're going to see what the 10 millimeter can do. Let's get to it. All right, range fans, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. 200 grain, 10 millimeter. You saw the clear ballistics gelatin. And again, all data, graphs and everything will be posted over at dayattherange.com. Here we go. 10 millimeter Underwood, 200 grain. Tried to go a little higher in the block, and I did. And I see some immediate petals breaking off from here. Let's go down range, get a closer look. Let's track that 10 millimeter Underwood through 16 inches of clear ballistics gelatin. Looks a little funny because I still have the plastic down here to keep the dirt out of it. I do plan to remelt these and use these blocks over again. But there you go. This is a 16-inch block, folks. And look at that. That's right. 10 millimeter Underwood, 200 grain, right there at 16 inches, folks. We'll dig it out. We'll weigh it. We'll put the calibers to it over at dayattherange.com. Hope you guys have much fun as I am. All right, folks, we got one last shot. Real barn burner. 135 grain nozzler out of a 6-inch Para Elite Hunter, 10 millimeter. Whew. Let's see what this thing's gonna do. Who want to take a bet? Who's got some lunch on this? Down below in the comments. Subscribe if this is the first time you're joining my channel. We'll have some neat content from 22 rimfire all the way up to big bore handguns and also rifles. 10 millimeter, 135 grain nozzler. Put your comments down below. Will it go into that 20-inch block behind? We'll see. Here we go. Oh yeah, good hit on that block. That sucker jumped. Let's go down range. Folks, I am shocked. Absolutely shocked. You got the 10 millimeter 135 grain nozzler entering there. I guess with those speeds, that thing opened up way too fast. Probably need to slow it down for better penetration. But that's only about 8 to 10 inches right there. That's it right there. That's that 135 grainer. Boy, it did open up. There's no doubt about that now. It opened up. But, folks, here it is. About 8 to 10 inches of penetration out of the 135 grain Mad Scientist, Mr. Revolver Guy, 10 millimeter reload. Well, folks, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed another episodes of Feeds and Speeds and resurrecting the 45 Super and the Springfield V16 along with the no longer produced Para USA Elite Hunter and 10 millimeter. Mr. Revolver Guy, signing out. Hey folks, what an outing that was with the clear ballistics gelatin. And we're gonna ring out this 9 millimeter Ronin. That's right, 9 millimeter. 9N. This is the first shot, folks. First shots. Woo-hoo! All on target. We're gonna ring this thing out today, and then later on in a different video, we're gonna tell you what we think about it over at dayattherange.com. Ronin 9 millimeter Blazer brass. Letting them rip. Woo-hoo-wee! Let's see what he do. Not bad. For 10 yards, folks, not bad. I'm telling you, I think this Ronin is going to be a favorite of the range fans.